In the spring of 1971, SCA, now NCA, had the first series of doctoral honor seminars. And the doctoral honor seminar in mass communication was hosted by Sam Becker at the University of Iowa. And boy, I applied. And I was lucky enough to get selected. And so I got to go to the first doctoral honor seminar and actually be in that experience with Sam Becker. And it was a life-changing experience.
But the key thing for me was that he was the mentor that taught me how to be a professor, how to be a colleague, how to be a faculty member. You don't learn how to be a professor in grad school. You learn how to do research, and maybe you learn how to teach, you learn how to go to conferences, but you don't learn how to be a colleague, how to go to a faculty meeting, how to disagree with people in a polite and rational way. And Sam taught me these things, and I've seen him teach many assistant professors how to be a good colleague, both in his everyday role model, which was crucial, but also Sam was not afraid to take me aside periodically when I needed a little talking to. And he would pull me aside after a faculty meeting and said, you know, no matter what your colleagues say, you have to assume they have the good intentions. And I said, yeah, but he said, no matter what they say, you have to assume they have good intentions. And so, I was a hot-headed young man, and that was very important to me.
I first met Sam when I flew in here one Sunday night about 20 and a half years ago from Stanford. And I met Sam at the airport, and he drove me around town, and he showed me local things. And then we sat down in the Iowa House lobby, and I just asked him a few questions. And I said, what can I do to get the job? He said, that's a good question. And then he said something that I thought was really profound. He said, the thing that we really care about in our faculty here is whether you produce things of intellectual quality. What we want is people to be doing interesting, important, intellectual stuff. And this was just so impressive to me because Sam's values were always about being interesting and being important. And in my graduate program, I'd never heard any faculty talk like that. I knew that cleverness was valued. I knew that methodological rigor was valued, but intellectual quality was never a word which had come up. And I realized that this was a place where I could feel at home.
The reason I came to Iowa, and that's probably because of Sam being chair there, was that it was a program that was interested both in rhetoric and media studies, but I understood it to be one that wanted those to have some substance in the world, some connection with social responsibility and issues that really mattered to the general population. So it wasn't the ivory tower in the sense where the research was just done for some financier that was paying for the research, but where they were connected with real world issues. And I know when I was there, Sam had been appointed by the president of the university to be on the study for smoking, and he was very active in that, which I thought was indicative of the kind of research and the kind of approach that the whole school had. And the fact that the chancellor or president picked Sam, and he took that seriously. I thought that was a tribute to the whole Iowa tradition of making our work have significance for daily life.
If there were problems at the medical school, Sam participated in trying to solve those problems. When there were problems in the art school, Sam went because Sam was universally respected. And only Sam, I think, could have filled that role. When they needed an interim provost in very difficult times, it was Sam who was universally accepted by faculty from all parts of the university. And people knew that he would be fair, that he would treat them decently. They also knew he would act, and he would act for the greater good. And the greater good of the university, I think, is what Sam always wanted. And I think that is the reason he is Iowa. He is Iowa. I don't see someone else taking that place.